Bonsoir from Paris. I am so excited to be here and to bring you along on this journey as we follow our New England athletes as they make their Olympic dreams come true. Now, we have been working for months to introduce you to some of them, and so our road to Paris has taken a few detours. Take a look. Between interviews with Olympic athletes living in Boston, NBC 10 photographer Daryl Smith and I traveled to Charlotte, North Carolina to meet Ruby Ramadi from Andover, Massachusetts on the U.S. artistic swimming team. Next, a Midwest road trip starting in Cleveland, Ohio at the women's basketball training camp where UConn is well represented. Then we drove down to Bloomington, Indiana to meet Jessica Parratto, a diver from Dover, New Hampshire, headed to her third Olympics. Then back to Columbus, Ohio to meet Alyssa Nair, a goalkeeper from Connecticut. In New York City, we delivered drawings from kindergartners in Needham to help motivate several New England athletes. In Minneapolis, we saw two gymnasts from Massachusetts make Team USA, Frederick Richard and Stephen Nedoroscik. Finally, Paris. Daryl and I were on different flights, which meant we each had our hands full getting through the airports. And now it's time to board already, so I'm on my way to Paris. Air France was fancy, offering a toast to a bon voyage. Well, I was too excited and couldn't sleep, but shortly after sunrise, I landed in Paris. And just about everywhere you look, there are signs that the Olympic Games are almost here. Over the next few days, we will take you inside of the Olympic Village and give you a little tour of Paris. And of course, when the Games start, we will be there to watch our New England athletes compete. Reporting from Paris, France, I'm Bianca Beltrán, NBC 10 Boston.
Yeah, it's a big day in the city of Paris, and this is not good news for people who are trying to get in and out of the city. Raul Latoya, service has been diverted, delayed, or canceled across railways all throughout the country. Yeah, the swimming portion of the triathlon is supposed to take place in the Seine River, but high bacteria levels are keeping swimmers out of the water. And this comes after the city of Paris has undergone a major public effort to clean up that river for this event. Good morning, I'm Bianca Beltrán with NBC 10 Boston. And I'm here with the hosts of the Today Show, Hoda Kotb, Savannah Guthrie, Craig Melvin, and Al Roker. Bonjour. I am so excited to be here, especially after the women's gymnastics all-around final. And Hoda, I know that you've been following Simone and Suni's journey closely. What was that like to see them take the podium last night?
Okay, first of all, we were so nervous. Savannah and I were literally squeezing each other's hands down to the nub. And when we were watching them, I was thinking to myself, like, Simone had to fight her way back, and it made it so incredibly exciting for us. And I think the moment that Simone secured gold, the whole place erupted. But let's talk for 1 second about Suni, because there was a moment where everyone had out their calculators, and we're trying to figure out, is Suni going to hit the medal stand? Once you knew she got bronze, and think about her journey here, the illnesses, all the things she's been up against, when we heard that she got a bronze, the whole place exploded. And to see her on that medal stand at the end was incredible. It was a 10.
Beautiful. And I know you had a chance to meet some of our New England athletes on the men's gymnastics team. Stephen Nedoroscik, Pommel Horse guy, and Fred Richard.
Hoda gave her sunglasses to Stephen.
We swapped glasses because he said because of his eye condition he needed shades. So he gave me his and I gave him mine.
And he looked very stylish as well.
What an amazing kid.
Yes,
he's incredible.
Absolutely. Well, I want to know, being here in Paris, being a part of this Olympics, what do you think is going to stick with you when you do eventually go back home?
Oh, I don't know. I think just the excitement that's happening. The first Olympics in a while where it's full on. I mean, fans in the stands, people walking around, families are here. It's really electric. And to be in this city, this magical city where the modern Olympics started, is just really special.
Craig, what about you? What sticks with you?
You know, I think for me at least, this is only my fifth. I mean, collectively, these guys have done like 30. This has been my favorite so far, hands down. I mean, the backdrop, look at that. That's the office every day. It's postcard perfect. And Team USA, like, we've really output in our coverage so far. We knew Katie Ledecky would do well. We knew Simone would do well. But, Clark Kent, that you just mentioned. All these stories that we weren't expecting coming out. The rowing team that we're going to have on today, first time
the
in
fencers?
64 years, the fencers.
Can't help it.
The women's rugby squad.
Stop it, it's too much.
It's all of these
much.
stories
So
that we
good.
weren't expecting. So I'm going to miss that.
Absolutely. This is my first Olympics, and so it's beautiful to see our athletes get their first medals and to share it with you all this morning. So thank you so much for being here. We'll send it back to you in Boston. Au revoir.
This man is really taking social media by storm. It's such an incredible story.
It really is, and Steven Nedoroscik and his family make it really easy to root for them because they have worked so hard, all of them together, to accomplish this this dream that he's had since he was a kid. In fact, after the competition, his dad was reminiscing about when he bought him a pommel horse so that he could practice at home, and they are just so proud of him, not only for his personal accomplishments, but what his win means for the sport and for all of the children around the world who are now looking up to him.
I mean, this means everything. This is just, I've been working so hard to get this, and it just means the world to me that I was able to go out there and for the 9th routine in a row, 9th competition in a row, get out there, do my job, and hit a really nice routine. That got me some hardware, baby. It's a home run!
After his specialty on pommel horse anchored the U.S. men's gymnastics team to their first team Olympic medal since 2008, Worcester's Steven Nedoroscik won an individual bronze medal for his skills on the apparatus that he's dedicated himself to since he was in high school.
My son is an Olympic medal winner.
Olympic medalist. From the moment he got off the pommel horse, I just started sobbing. I was so unbelievably proud and just overwhelmed.
Steven became a viral sensation at the Paris Olympics, gaining fans from all over the world, like this boy from Singapore waiting for his autograph after the competition.
It's heartwarming, and I think what he's really trying to do is get gymnastics loved again in the States, because NCAAs is how every one of these guys got here, and the programs are dropping. I mean, the closest one to us in Massachusetts is Penn State. So it's dwindling, and we're trying to get kids to do that.
Admired for his skills and for the visibility he brings to his eye condition.
Yeah, I don't have depth perception. I'm hypersensitive to sunlight and lights in general, but I've never let it hold me back, and I just hope that people that are like me and have those difficulties can see that anything is possible. So to all of them, I hope you chase your dreams.
In the eyes of many, his glasses and strength make him a superhero.
So now all these kids with glasses and who are cross-eyed and have glaucoma, they're seeing this and they see themselves on TV. The medals are incredible, but all of the stuff that has come with it is even just more heartwarming.
And not only has Steven made his mark on hearts everywhere, but he's also made his mark in gymnastics history. He is the only member of the U.S. men's gymnastics team to win an individual medal here in Paris, and it is the first pommel horse medal that the team has won since 2016. Reporting live in Paris, France, I'm Bianca Beltrán, Boston.
After the Tokyo Olympics, Jessica Parratto said she was ready to live a normal life. Diving was such a priority that when she was a teenager, she moved from New England to the Midwest to see what she was capable of. Now she believes she has more to achieve.
Pretty much from day one, I was a diver. So my parents are both swimming coaches, and my mom is also a diving coach. You know, it was just a family affair. It was my dad on the swimming side coaching my sister, and then on the diving end, it was her coaching me. So it was just really special to grow up that way, and I kind of just fell in love with the sport.
Growing up on the pool deck in Dover, New Hampshire, Jessica Parratto says she was just having fun flipping around. She didn't have to look far for inspiration.
I think watching my dad coach Olympic swimmer Jenny Thompson was definitely the part that, you know, put me just in a headspace of, oh, maybe that's something that I would want to do one day. But I never thought it would, you know, become a reality until way later on in my life.
When she was 14, Jessica moved to Indiana to train at USA Diving's National Training Center. She lived 6 months with a host family until her parents could join her.
My parents, when I asked them about it, they were never like, oh, you should go for it. They were like, nope, this is a decision you need to make. If this is something that you want to do in your life and you're passionate about it, then you need to go for it.
She dove in, training 7 hours a day. By the time she was 17, she qualified for her first World Championships, and the next year, her first Olympics, placing 7th in Rio.
Rio was definitely where I was like, okay, I know that I can be up here with the best in the world, but before that, I just didn't know.
She competed in Tokyo with confidence.
My big mantra that day was want it more than everybody else. And so that was kind of what I kept repeating in my head that day.
Earning a silver medal in the synchronized 10-meter platform.
Pretty amazing, huh?
She captured the moment she brought her medal home to her parents.
That's incredible.
After years of coaching Olympic athletes who won a dozen medals,
We're so proud of you.
Well deserved, everyone.
this was the first time her father held one.
That's crazy.
To be able to hold mine and just to share that experience and be like,
That's really heavy.
you know, look at what we did. Like, it's not just me, but like them. So it was like their moment too. It just is, it's beyond special.
Adding to the weight of this moment, Jessica went into the Tokyo Olympics deciding it would be her last.
I just felt like it was time, and apparently it wasn't, but I ended up coming back a year later just because I thought that there was, I guess, more that I could do in synchro.
After spending some quality time with family, she's back. This time, she hopes to share a gold medal with her family in Paris.
It would be so crazy. I mean, 3 Olympics, I mean, I can't really ask for that much more. I never thought that I could say that in my career. So it's just really special to be able to experience also another normal games, which I'm really, really looking forward to. And just especially having my family there would mean the world to me. So that's kind of what I really look forward to the most.
Paris could be the last time Jessica competes in the Olympics, but it's likely we'll see her again. She said she's interested in sports media, and she's already won an Emmy for her sports research during the 2022 Beijing Olympics. On the road to Paris, I'm Bianca Beltrán, NBC 10 Boston. Uno de los miembros originales del grupo de baile llamado los Floor Lords es orgullosamente dominicano y puertorriqueño, y me contó cómo sus amigos usaron este tipo de baile para formar una comunidad que sigue prosperando.
Bueno, pues este baile de breaking es mi pasión que me ha llevado en el mundo entero.
Lino Delgado es uno de los fundadores del grupo de baile llamado los Floor Lords de Boston.
Éramos una familia, los Floor Lords éramos una familia.
En los años 80, Lino y sus amigos empezaron a bailar en las calles.
También, tú sabes, buscamos muchos shows y de eso era que nosotros vivíamos, de esos shows.
Algunos se unieron al grupo para escapar la violencia en sus comunidades.
Yo he visto muchísimos jóvenes que iban a ir a hacer algo malo y yo siempre lo buscaban a ellos para que venían a practicar conmigo, para tratar de cambiarle la mente de ellos, tú sabes, porque algunas veces no hay nada que hacer.
Arraigado en la cultura de hip hop, el breaking se caracteriza por sus movimientos acrobáticos, su juego de pies estilizado y las batallas entre competidores.
Y ahora es más difícil ahora la cosa que están haciendo estos jóvenes ahora no es algo fácil, está creciendo muchísimo.
Su sobrino, Alex Díaz, aprendió de él desde joven.
Solo viendo a mis tíos en la sala de mi abuela, bailando.
Ahora es uno de los mejores breakers del mundo, conocido como B-Boy El Niño. Es parte del equipo nacional de breaking. Aunque no logró calificar para los Juegos Olímpicos en París, planea estar allí para apoyar a sus compañeros, representando a los Estados Unidos por primera vez en la historia de las Olimpiadas.
Me siento muy orgulloso de estar aquí en este momento. Es un momento de historia.
Dice que es importante para él también representar sus raíces dominicanas y puertorriqueñas, ya que el breaking nació en vecindarios latinos y afroamericanos. Alex también se dedica a enseñar clases para mantener y crecer la cultura de breaking.
Eso es porque yo tengo esta escuela aquí en Harvard Square, en Cambridge. Solo para poner mi energía en el nuevo generación.
Lino dice que está muy orgulloso del legado que han creado.
Yo siempre quería lo más mejor para él. Y era que él seguía su pasión, como yo seguí mi pasión.
Y ese legado continúa. Este verano, el grupo Los Floor Lords celebrarán 43 años en Boston. En camino a París, Bianca Beltrán, Noticiero Telemundo, Nueva Inglaterra.
And many of the people I spoke to today said that they came to the United States for opportunity to work. The journeys from their home countries were long, dangerous, and exhausting. And so when someone offered them help, they took it. And now, more than 24 hours later, after they've arrived at Martha's Vineyard, they say they're grateful for all of the support they've received from the community, but they are still waiting to see what will happen next. The journey from Venezuela took over a month for Katiuska and her husband, who made it to San Antonio, Texas, where she said someone paid for a hotel where they stayed 2 days before getting on a flight they thought was headed to New York. She said they gave us a brochure for the island, but we didn't know it was going to be like this. They arrived at Martha's Vineyard Wednesday with almost 50 other men, women, and children, most from Venezuela, to find no one was expecting them. St. Andrew's Church in Edgartown became their shelter. Community members offered food, clothing. Students from a Spanish class at a local high school entertained the children in a playroom, while the adults met with volunteer translators and legal counsel. Asked about the motive behind this, she said, "We don't know if it's political or not. We want help to work, to live, and help our families in Venezuela." She said God knows why he does things. Faith in God is what keeps her going. 27-year-old Ubaldo Arcaya said he fled political persecution in Venezuela. He says he too has faith the people here will help them. 25-year-old Carlos Jose Guanaguay Munoz said arriving in Martha's Vineyard is the best thing that's happened to him, and he's grateful. He said while it's difficult to be apart from his 4-year-old son, he feels a sense of relief making it to the U.S. where he could provide for him. Now, another woman I spoke to did not want to be interviewed on camera because she said she is fleeing threats back home, and told me how she and her young child face many dangerous situations in their journey here from Peru. Now, she got to see her child playing with toys and the volunteers from a local high school that came out today, and says she doesn't know what is going to happen, where they are going to end up, but for tonight, she knows they have a place to sleep and that there are people here willing to help. In Edgartown, I'm Bianca Beltrán, NBC 10 Boston. No dejan entrar los medios de comunicación en la base militar, pero nuestros fuentes no han dado un vistazo adentro, donde los migrantes están recibiendo la bienvenida. El camino a los Estados Unidos ha sido largo y peligroso.
Hay barro, fango, el agua, todo. El río nos llevaba a la corriente.
Everly de la Hoz es una de 50 venezolanos que llegaron en Martha's Vineyard después de una travesía que no todos sobrevivieron.
Se murieron, les faltaba el corazón, caminábamos muy rápido, le daban infarto.
Llegó primero a la frontera en Texas, donde alguien le ofreció a ella y a su familia trabajo y vivienda en un lugar desconocido. Así fue que llegaron a Martha's Vineyard, donde se encontraron una comunidad sorprendida, pero que respondió con los brazos abiertos. Después de pasar 2 noches en la iglesia St. Andrews, se despidieron, continuando su camino por ferry a la base militar en Cape Cod, donde el Estado les ofrece dormitorios, cuidado de la salud y ayuda legal.
Están haciendo todo lo posible para que esto se pueda regularizar, vamos a decirlo así, pero es un proceso. Es un proceso muy largo que tenemos que tener paciencia.
Allí también recibieron un sabor de casa, gracias a un restaurante venezolana en Brighton que les donó comidas.
Como 3 meses sin comida venezolana, lo que nos ha traído es una bendición. Muchas gracias, que Dios te bendiga.
Mi intención con la comida es básicamente eso, o sea, alimentarlos y poderle traer algo de Venezuela y que ellos se sientan cómodos en este país, que no es su país, pero que le abrió las puertas.
Después de tanto movimiento y confusión, un momento de esperanza.
Feliz de verdad, tierra firme.
Después de
tanto tiempo viajando, pasando travesías, pero pues, como todo, buscando un sueño, como se dice, un sueño americano.
Y una abogada que está ayudando a los migrantes nos dice que más allá que los casos individuales, planean iniciar litigio federal para prevenir que esto ocurra a alguien más. Reportando en vivo en Buzzards Bay, Bianca Beltrán, Noticiero Telemundo, Nueva Inglaterra. That tear gas is strong, Chris. It is affecting both myself and our photographer. And so we're moving into a doorway to try and get out of the way of that gas there, but you could see it. The wind has changed and now is bringing it up Main Street, causing people to run away. And just have some updates from the police department, some information that they've shared on Twitter, saying that these are their words. We have been forced to deploy CS gas at this location to disperse the unruly crowd, and because bottles are being thrown at officers. Please come inside. Bottles are now being thrown at officers.
Hey, Bianca.
Chris, back to you.
All right, yeah, no, take a break, please. I hope you're okay. You and your crew and everybody where you are right now.
We are okay. That initial tear gas was very difficult. It caused burning in the eyes, in the nose, in the mouth. So when you couldn't breathe out of your nose, if you sucked air into your mouth, it burned. It caused gagging. It caused coughing. And I'm sure my makeup is messed up right now. My eyes are still teary, but I wanted to bring you a live look at what is happening right now. And I think that what we are seeing is protesters are not backing down.